So how's it going, man? What have you been up to since your last fight in the octagon?
Good, man. It's been chilling, training, teaching. Not really training too much, I won't lie. I'm mostly just teaching and getting my business back up and running. My guys held it down when I was away, but now I'm just trying to get everything ready for the new facility.
Excellent. Now, where do you train mostly?
I'm all over, man.
Yeah.
I do my training here, develop my base in Toronto at my facility, Elite Training Center. Jump around to a bunch of other gyms. I won't even name them all because I'll forget some, so I won't do anybody a disservice that way. But when I was away, I go to different camps. This time I was at the Armory in Florida with Muhammad Wali, a bunch of other really good jiu-jitsu guys. Training Pablo Popovich's club down there. So a lot of friends, a lot of people helping out, and got a lot of love for everybody.
Awesome. Now, what was it like fighting in England?
That was cool. I mean, I've never been to cross the pond before, as they say.
Yeah.
Hearing people say, do you want to go for a pint and stuff like that was kind of neat. The ladies were nice. Food was all right.
Right.
Just not being in my normal turf was a little bit different, but I've never had a fight in Toronto yet, so never the hometown guy.
That's right. I mean, you must be really excited about that.
Yeah,
UFC 2011 in Toronto.
I try to keep everything on a nice, mellow level. So I'm not overly excited, but I'm very much looking forward to it. It's great for the sport. I've been working in it for so long, and a lot of guys have been pushing behind the scenes to get this thing going, and I'm just happy to finally see it come to fruition.
Would you rather fight in ACC or Rogers Center?
I've never been in either one of those, so I don't know, man.
Either one you're good with?
Yeah. Cage is a cage.
Cage is a cage. Now, do you know when you're going to be fighting next, or who you're going to be fighting next?
No clue. I just got off this last one, so to give you a little bit, I got called for a fight, but it's much too soon, and nursing a few injuries here and there, nagging ones, but be back in as soon as possible, get more experience.
Now, how does it feel being a UFC fighter? Does it feel any different being in the UFC and fighting in the UFC?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's the pinnacle of the sport, right? So you're getting a lot of attention, which previously wasn't being done. I could have killed a dragon before with my bare hands and nobody cared or knew about it. Whereas now, if I blow my nose, people are running for the tissue paper because it's a UFC fighter. So it's pretty neat. I go now, people recognize me and stuff like that. Not really an attention whore, but it's just funny to see the way people look at you. Some people act a little bit differently and stuff like that, but I mean, I don't let it get to my head. I'm just interested in training, competing, and being the best I can be in the sport.
It's just that attitude, staying humble and grounded. Is that just being in martial arts that sort of instilled that in yourself?
Who said I was humble? Far from it, man. You ask some people, they'll tell you the exact opposite. So I wouldn't say I'm like super humble, super grounded, martial arts Zen master, but at the same time, being realistic about where you stand, both in and out of the cage, is crucial. A lot of people start doing something and they start to think that's them, It could end tomorrow. And I've actually been down that road a couple times, near-death type things, career-ending injuries, that sort of thing, and been able to come back from it. So I have things in a good perspective that way. I'm not unrealistic about, I'm blessed to be doing what I'm doing now, and it could easily be, boom, tomorrow gone. So I cherish every day and just keep working hard.
Now, what's Dana White like as a boss, the UFC president?
Oh, I love Dana White. That's all.
Nice, man. And so what are you working on mostly these days? Just working on every part of your game, or is there anything specific that you're doing?
Well, I mean, I wasn't about to come here and drop that type of gem on you and tell you everything I'm working on and what I'm doing and where and against who. There's got to be some secrecy in this thing, right? So just like you don't give away your interviewing secrets, I can't give away what I'm working on, but I'm always chefing up a little something.
Excellent, man. Now, just a couple future predictions. What are your thoughts on Rampage Machida? Who do you think is going to take that fight?
I got to tell you, man, I'm not an expert by any stretch in this thing. So otherwise, I might not be doing the fight and I'd probably be gambling or something, fighting on the side. So I'm not much of a prediction guy. Okay. Who do you think is going to take that fight? Let me flip it on you.
I think it's going to be Machida.
Why?
I think that he's going to be able to counter Rampage's strike. And I think Rampage... he's not as into it anymore as he used to be. And,
not as into it? Like what, the fighting?
Yeah, I've heard some of his interviews. It feels as though he's saying he's taking it more like an occupation than anything now. So I don't feel as hard as into it as it used to be.
Yeah, that's interesting. I mean, you definitely have to be engaged in the fight, because if you're not in that moment exactly there and nowhere else, your performance probably is not going to be what it could be. But Rampage is Rampage. He's got super heavy hands, right? Even Rusty last time against Rashad, he was getting beat up, and then one punch had Rashad reeling and rocking. So tough guy.
For yourself, motivation, you're super motivated, I guess. You're fresh into the UFC. Or is your motivation level really high at this point in your career?
Absolutely, man. I love getting money. I love to compete, and it's just beautiful. You're not worried about a paycheck and whether you're going to get paid and stuff like that. If your work is going to be noticed, it's really appreciated at the pinnacle of the sport. So I'm very happy. It's like the NFL of football. So here I am. What's the next fight? What's the next fight question? You're asking me some predictions.
Oh yeah. Okay. How about Dos Santos, Cain Velasquez?
What's your pick on that one? I'm flipping this on you, man. You didn't see that coming.
Okay, now that would be Cain Velasquez. I think he's gonna, he has incredible cardio, of course, and I think he's gonna be able to take the fight to the ground and then do some damage.
Yeah, I would probably go with that one. I think his wrestling is gonna be the determining factor.
Right.
In that he's gonna be able to take it down. He took down Brock relatively easy.
Yeah.
He mixes it up really well. So yeah, tough guy for sure. Cain sold me on that fight.
And GSP, I guess you're for sure going with GSP over Koscheck.
Oh yeah, George is my boy, man. So I support George in everything he does. Koscheck is obviously a very quality opponent, one of the top guys.
Yeah.
Even from watching him years ago, he had a great pedigree in his wrestling, developed all his skills, taken some wins and losses along the way, but very tough guy. And I mean, definitely #1 contender, so worthy opponent.
Now they're both top coaches on The Ultimate Fighter. Did you ever try out for that show, or were you ever asked to be on it? Or?
No, I never tried out for the TV show.
No.
I have to pay to get down there to do it, so I figured if I did that, it'd be in a negative.
Right.
I didn't make it, and I'm not about doing things in a negative perspective, man. If I'm paying to go try out and I don't make it, I'll be pissed off. So, no, that's not my thing.
If people want to learn more about yourself or your training facility, where should they go?
Yeah, come check out MississaugaElite.com or EliteCenter.tv. Both of them are on Google. If you Google my name, that will come up. We're located in Mississauga, and opening a new facility just down the street from where we are now, own independent facility. So we've outgrown the little cubby hole we were in. We went into a nice training facility, both martial arts and fitness, and we'll be having a professional MMA fight team there. Not a team, so to speak, like a lot of places where you're a part of this team, and if you leave, we'll kill you, or we need your pound of flesh, but a team that we train together, and when you're done training, you go your separate ways and do whatever it is you have to do. So twice a week or once a week we'll get together, do some rounds, and then shake hands, and go do your thing. Come back next week and go fight and represent whoever you want. So it's pretty much the way professionals do it, and I want to bring that to Ontario because not really many places are doing that, and everywhere is you're part of this team, that team, this academy, and that's not really the way it's going to make it, because there's not enough quality guys here yet for everybody to be independently located somewhere else. Got to pull together in one place, just do a couple rounds, and then go back and do your thing.
Excellent. Cool, man. Appreciate the time, man.
Thank you.